Anyway, some of the other highlights that I loved about Super Bowl. I always love the Clydesdales. Okay, Budweiser, Clydesdales, eyes on the Clydes. I'm a horse lover. We're about to go into horse racing season, so you'll be seeing the channel flip the flames for that, so that's going to be cool. Last year, a lot of the horse races had to be canceled because of the onset when COVID just hit and everything was just like, boom, shut down. So it's so good to see that coming back. But yeah, I loved that. I always look for that. I always look for that for the Super Bowl, the Clydesdales, for Budweiser, and I always look for it for Christmas. I just think it's wonderful. My first experience with the horses was when I was a little girl. I was a wee thing. My neighbor bought his son a pony. And he wasn't feeling it. He was like, I ain't feeling that. So they had to take him down the next street to the grandpops. Shout out to the grandpops. So he could graze. But he would bring him up and we would feed him the apples. And like, it was just so cool. And we would ride the little pony and everything. Then after that, I went to camp, summer camp. Like, forever. I am a Little Darlings movie fan. If you know, shout out. Okay. Chrissy McNichols and Tatum O'Neal. I mean, I don't know which one you were. And Matt Dillon. Okay. 80s. So, after watching, you know, Little Darlings, and they weren't. I'm trying to think, who would I have been? I would have been a little in between of Chrissy McNichols and Tatum, but probably more Tatum. So, but anyway, I went out to camp, and you had choices for whatever activity you wanted to do while you were there for 2 weeks. And I chose horseback riding. It was either swimming and diving off this big ramp or whatever it is, the board, and the dock, diving off the dock. But see, always, you know, like, if you watch horror films, I'm a horror film person, like, it looked like Camp Crystal Lake. And then they had the stories of kids that died there jumping off the thing. I was like, well, I don't want to do that activity. Just I want to do horseback riding. So my first horse was Sugar, that I fell in love with. She was beautiful. And so ever since then, it's just been a love of horses and stuff like that. So, yeah, I love that commercial. It was just real cool. If you look on my official Twitter, BB Loves Sports, I was just saying, like, I never thought that this Super Bowl would be played like this. The way that it was played, all the penalties, and the Chiefs not getting off anything but 9. And then look, if you look at everything, it was the kickers. It was a kickers night. Of course there was some, you know, but it was a kickers. It was a kickers night. So if that was the case, Mason Crosby for the Packers would have set it off. Yes, he would. We don't even get mad if he missed something, because our kickers clutched more than not. I mean, like, on a more than not. So these were some of my tweets. It was like 4th and 9th, all this weird running, but I see the vibe with Patrick Mahomes. Got the ball out of his hand, but no touchdown, incomplete. Wow, for effort though. And then I was just like, Patrick Mahomes called a timeout and he gets it. Okay, then here we go. And then it was just like Wayne's World. I love that commercial, you know. Wayne's World was like everything. That was cool. And then it was just like Vince Lombardi doing that speech. It gets me every time. Every time. It's so emotional to hear it. And even if you're feeling some kind of way, or you know, you're trying to break glass ceilings or anything like that, that's a good speech to listen to right there, for real. It's really good. So I just feel like we make a lot out of everything. And again, I was like, it was a surprise. I don't know if I cut myself off or not, but it wasn't a shock. It wasn't a surprise for Tom Brady going off, because on the sidelines, you know, he does his thing and everything like that. So whatever was said is just going to be, and hopefully it'll be just one of those mysteries that they're just going to say, none your business. None your business. Alright, so I got a 6-pack here, everybody, in my cute little bags. Okay?